still. Check for a wallet. I ain't touching that stiff. Hey, you guys! Hold it right there. Don't move.
Okay, here we go. Knife. Suction. Retractor. Suction. Everyone's fine. Mets. Clamp. Let's try to move it a little faster. Retractor. Knife. Pick up. Focus on the step ahead of me. You with me, Lucy?
I'm with you, Doctor.
Let's get that pump ready to go. We've got a badly placed clamp. Stay with me, please. This is not a machine we're working on. This is a precious life. Let's feed the lines in. Suction.
There goes the blood pressure.
All right, let's give the patient more blood. We'll relax a moment.
Blood pressure's going up. 70, 80, 85.
Okay, let's continue. Clamp. Pick up. Ties. Let's try to get it right. Suction. Okay, we're working fine now. Everyone's fine.
That's one in.
Suction. Mets.
Who's the patient?
Pick up.
John Doe. Police found him in the trunk of an abandoned car.
Clamp.
Franken's transplanting a new heart and lungs into him.
Franken would transplant anything into anyone, given a chance.
Don't knock him. He has an international reputation. Rubs off in the hospital. As chief of surgery, you should know that.
Everyone keep me informed. Clamp. Suction. Let's do it smoothly. Everything looks good. Suction. Aorta clamp. Let me have that heart. Okay, we're in. Suture. Cut. Suture. Cut. Quickly, let's go faster. Suture. Cut. Let's get the paddles on the heart. Stand back. It's beating. We're okay.
What did happen there, Doctor?
The patient's condition is still critical. He has a number of other injuries. The pons fracture to the skull is the one that we're most concerned with. And he also has serious damage in the legs.
You're doing as many as 8 heart surgeries a day. Why spend the time and money on a patient in that condition?
Well, the organs were available and there wasn't another recipient. We're making advances in getting the body to accept transplants.
This isn't another case of you overextending yourself.
does that mean?
The Owens coma case. Refusing to pull the plug even though you got a court order to do it.
No comment.
Isn't it true that you lose more patients than you save?
Most of my heart patients are closer to death than to life, and the odds are stacked heavily against them. Some of them have already given up on life. So if it's at all possible, I try to change that. Has no higher brain function. Got a ruptured kidney from the original injury. Let him hang on for a few weeks. I can do a nephrectomy.
Not much point in that, is there?
What do you mean?
That brain pattern, he's legally dead. I don't think I could get you authorization for a nephrectomy.
Well, he's still serving an important purpose. We've got the opportunity to monitor the effects of a new anti-rejection agent. And if we need the use of his organs, we have them.
Has anyone identified him?
No, no. What do you got?
The usual problem. We thought we had a heart in Los Angeles, but we couldn't get consent.
And nothing here in New York.
Nothing. But something could come up at any minute.
I got a woman in preparation on a balloon pump. If she's going to get another heart, she'll have to have it soon.
What about your John Doe in 841?
What about him?
I was told he had a flat EEG and was a possible donor.
I still have him under observation.
Is the heart in good condition?
Yes?
Well, what about him?
No. Keep trying.
I think we've got something here. 23, female, Diane Sinclair. Is that the athlete? Victim of a car accident.
Diana Sinclair. I remember her running the 440 at the Garden.
It's really too bad. I hope you got a brain death on Diana Sinclair, because we can't wait. The recipient's got to have that heart. She's having trouble handling the balloon pump. I got a brain death on Sinclair and a beating heart. They're bringing her in. I'm ready for her now. I want every second I can get. Where the hell are they?
Suction. Clamp. Come on. Metz. We have fracture of the sternum and the third, fourth, and fifth ribs. Clamp. A lot of fluid in here. Suction.
The heart is flatlined.
You got cardiac arrest.
What's the problem?
It's no use, Arnold. The damn thing's ruptured.
I'll check with the telex for another donor. How's the urine output?
Excellent. The kidneys are fine.
I want the John Doe and 841 prepared for surgery. I'll need Diana Sinclair set up for bilateral nephrectomies. The John Doe will get her kidneys.
8-4, doctor. Emergency ward. Stand.
Come on, keep up!
Maybe I ought to leave you two alone.
Very funny.
Wasn't sure you knew I was here.
Sorry about that, Mike. What are you gonna do when a girl's really hooked on you?
Talk about an incredible ego problem.
I was going to add that I feel the same way. We're going to apply for a mutual slave license.
What does that mean?
It means he's bribed me into moving in with him.
If it works out, we'll try for something more permanent. Kids, TV, lawnmowers, and popcorn.
Maybe I ought to think about this a little more. Oh, you two guys go ahead. I've got to get to work.
I get another kiss?
Insatiable.
Okay, see ya.
Come back here. Let me talk to Mike for a minute. Okay, you introduced me to him. I can't help it. I love him. And if it makes you feel uncomfortable, then maybe it would be better if you weren't around us. For your sake. I know that if he hadn't come along, it might still be you and me, but it happened. Now, that's the way things have to be, Mike.
Come on, let's work up a sweat. For God's sake, help me. Get an ambulance.
I'm a doctor. Find a phone and call Medford Hospital. I'll stay with you.
How am I doing?
Fine.
Who won?
You did?
was running along just behind me, and then suddenly he was down. I can't help feeling responsible. Maybe I pushed him too hard.
I'm sure you did everything you could.
I tried to revive him in the ambulance. It was useless.
You didn't say anything?
Not a word. He died immediately, on the ground.
I'm gonna go.
I've got time. I got someone to cover for me.
I just don't feel good about being around here.
I've got to be sure you're going to be all right.
I'll be okay. It's just gonna be difficult sleeping without him.
Here. Take this. This will help you relax. It's a sedative. I'll drop by later.
Oh, no. I appreciate your concern, but I think I have to be alone.
Who's the surgeon?
Franken.
Franken's not scheduled. He's doing eyes.
Making history. Maybe.
Who's that he's working on?
A DOA.
Which DOA?
Arthur Guernsey. The one you brought in.
If there was an interesting follow-up on the Frank and John Doe story, I'd give it to you. But it's just not good copy. The Bailey case. Yeah. David Bailey had his heart transplanted into a man named Paul Brent. And Brent then fell in love with Bailey's wife.
I've got to talk to you.
No, I don't think you'll find any doctor who'll tell you that a heart can carry a memory into another man's body. But I can't say there's definitely not a link because no one's really sure what memory is. I've got to go. I'll call you back. Yeah, what the hell's going on?
Franken's doing an eye transplant.
Come back in 10 years. You've been drinking?
Take a look.
Cataracts?
He is transplanting eyes.
That's not the optic nerve.
Oh, yes, it is. And he just severed it. Since the Guernsey surgery was unscheduled, maybe you can tell me what happened.
You've read the surgical nurse's report.
Yes, and there's a discrepancy between her report and yours.
Probably a technical foul-up in my recording of the report.
Then perhaps you better tell me what went on.
I transplanted Guernsey's eyes in date 41.
Nice. Why the eyes? Why not a nose, a leg, an arm?
His eyes were severely damaged during the original injury.
The surgery was unauthorized, Arno.
There was a time problem, Mike.
You know it's impossible to match up the optic nerves.
I did it.
There's no way to check if it was done successfully. You expect 841 to sit up and read an eye chart? There's no way that he's going to regain consciousness.
Unless they find a way to do a brain transplant.
At least there is an area of transplantation you find impossible.
Well, every transplant I've ever done has been impossible at some time. Class dismissed.
No experimental surgery. No unauthorized surgery. And I mean that.
You know, someday you're going to come to me and you're going to say, hey, give me an arm. Hey, give me a leg. You know what I'm going to say?
Of course I do. We're friends, aren't we? Why do you think I let you off so easy?
Anita?
Yes, love. Do you need some help?
Yeah, around the neck.
You don't need a molecular biologist to do this.
All right, you inject the virus and I'll massage.
Do you think you could tear yourself away for some dinner?
What did you have in mind?
I thought we could shoot some vitamin B12.
Good idea. I hate wives who cook. They're always complaining about the meals being cold. I'm gonna need another hour here.
Anti-rejection serum for your hospital project?
To help others through him. Mapping the genetic code is too difficult. I've got to find an all-purpose virus that'll solve the problem for everyone.
Well, as long as you don't put your entire focus on one case.
What does that mean?
Well, you're always getting involved with hopeless patients. You know that.
841 is not a patient.
Just hopeless. Like the Owens girl? For 6 months, you were miserable because of your concern for her.
Christy Owens still had a higher brain function. She could have come out of that coma.
To live like what?
They never should have pulled the plug. She had a chance.
Do you think the patient in 841 will come out of it?
He is not a patient.
He breathes and he has a heartbeat. Because of the transplants you've already done, he has a cumulative cellular memory of all his donors.
Cellular memory is only a theory.
I believe it's more than that.
Well, you'll never prove it through him. He's legally dead. I see him only as a bank for organs. That's his function.
You want me to believe that, don't you?
Do you think I'm creating a human vegetable just for my own amusement?
This is serious. I would believe it if I heard it from any other doctor. But I've spent 10 years getting close to you, Arno. I know you very well.
Okay. I appreciate that. All right. Talk to you later. Okay. Yes?
Mike, Kelly.
Hello.
Hi, Mike. What is it?
Sorry to trouble you. Can I come in?
You know, Mike, you're really gonna think I'm terrible, but I would rather that you didn't. I don't think I'd be very good company.
Got someone here with you?
No. I'm just sorry that you came all this way over here.
That's all right. It's just that there's been a little problem concerning Arthur.
What are you talking about?
Oh, it's just that I didn't know he was a donor, and his body's being utilized.
Arthur's parents took care of that. Somebody called from the hospital. I know he carried a donor card. I don't want to hear about it.
I should have checked. I didn't think because of the way you felt about it.
I wish there was some way to bring him back, but there isn't.
Kelly, you've got to get out more. You know, you've got to focus on other things. People.
Give me a couple of days and then give me a call. Will you do that?
Sure.
The hospital just called. They said you wanted to be notified immediately if there were any emergency surgical procedures.
And?
Well, they're working on a gunshot case right now, and it looks like it's touch and go.
No lunch?
I'm afraid to eat the food here.
Seems there's a little problem of a missing liver. I'm afraid it might show up anywhere.
Do you have to talk about this while I'm eating?
I'm afraid so. You see, there's a holdup man named Jack DeCita. Died on arrival yesterday from 3 gunshot wounds, and it seems that he was operated on without authorization.
It's a big mistake. You care?
No thanks. What have you got to say about this?
Well, does it matter what I have to say about it? You've probably already talked to Kerwin, and he's decided to limit me to certain surgeries.
No transplants. None.
Which means that you think that I transplanted that liver.
Into your cadaver 841. Why?
Because he was suffering from acute atrophy of the liver because of the anti-rejection serum I had been using. A problem which I have now solved. And also because he's the only functional evidence we have that we can transplant organs and limbs and keep them from being rejected. And someday, because of him, we're going to be able to store organs and give hope and continued life to millions of people. That's why I transplanted the liver of a dead man. You sure you want to have something to eat?
You've got some complications here.
Checked him over?
I noticed you've got a vascular problem.
And his circulation. He's been in here now for 5 months and inactive. Whatever he did before, he used to use his arms a lot. Swelling in his hands, infection.
Yeah, it's serious. Let's take it to the next step. Gas gangrene. How are you going to combat that in his condition?
I can't. They have to be amputated. You get me an OR?
I'd like to accommodate you, but right now the OR schedules are full.
Well, if there are any cancellations, let me know, and
You have 6 more surgeries today. You haven't got time.
between 3 and 4.
No OR available then.
As I said, if there's a cancellation,
I'll take it up with Jerry and we'll see if we can't work something out.
Well, listen,
You've got about 2 minutes before your triple bypass and OR 3.
Dr. Arno Franken wanted an OR3. Dr. Franken, Dr. Arno Franken wanted an OR3.
Relax. What happened? We had a cardiac arrest before we even got the chest open. There was nothing anyone could do. If the man had stayed behind his desk, taking care of his advertising accounts, he might have lived another 10 years. But he had to play tennis and get in shape.
Still in the OR?
Yeah.
Dr. Turner, emergency ward, stand. Dr. Turner, emergency ward, stand.
Can you make me up 2 vats as close to these specifications as possible? Also the usual isotonic solution.
Want to tell me what kind of organs they're for?
Just do it to specifications, please.
You want them delivered to an OR?
You have them sent down to OR 3.
Are you through with him?
Leave the body where it is. Prepare him for a left-right mid-arm amputation.
The forearms?
You have a chance to put these in the patient's file, please.
You have 1 more surgery and 12 at 4.
All right, I'll need a private ambulance at 5:30.
Shall I get a patient's release from the administrator?
No, I'll handle the release. I'm the patient's guardian.
You've already done the amputation.
Yes, but just the beginning.
You didn't tell me
Tell you what,
that you were going to do transplants here.
with your help, I'm going to need it.
Why? Why can't you stop right now? What's the point in doing more transplants? You already proved what you set out to. Why can't you let the condition of this John Doe run its course?
This is necessary.
But you told me yourself, he isn't really alive.
Well, that's why I have the right and the obligation to do everything I've done so far. Something wrong?
No.
What's going on?
His color is much better.
Dr. Kerwin, this is Mr. and Mrs. Parker.
How do you do? How are you, sir? Please, come in. Make yourself comfortable. I'm sorry I wasn't briefed on what...
Our son, Jim Parker.
A patient?
He underwent heart surgery and died during the operation. And part of him, his body was used as a donor, even though we didn't give our consent.
That's right.
Well, I can assure you that if your son's body was used as a donor, there had to be some form of consent. Is it possible that he willed his body without your knowledge? I'll personally find an answer for you.
Franken.
There's been a crisis, and I had to hook him up again.
Is he responding to the respirator?
Yes, but
Now, don't leave him alone. Check the electrolytes and keep your eye on the EKG.
Do you have any idea what it might be?
Autonomic nervous system.
Then all the involuntary responses will go. And that's it.
I'll be there as soon as I can. Can you make up some brain extracts for me?
Back in research, huh?
Yeah.
Well, we'll see if we can dig up a little brain matter for you.
And here's a list of recent donors I'd like to use for specimens.
Say, what would happen if you injected some of this stuff in me?
Well, theoretically, you could take on some of the extract contributors' memories.
Listen, I got enough problems of my own.
I'll need one more. It works its way up from the spine very slowly.
You expect this to restore lower brain function?
Depends on how it integrates. We'll see. It also depends on how the involuntary process is connected to memory. And no one knows the answer to that. There's a chance.
Isn't it possible that the body has gone into shock trying to adjust to the transplants? And once it adjusts to the memory stimulus inherent in each organ, the involuntary activity will return?
Do you believe in acupuncture?
I believe in a traumatic storage link between the body and the brain. And yes, I guess that would mean I believe in acupuncture, acupressure, whatever. But I don't believe the extract will work.
Well, I think you're getting too involved in your thinking about this patient.
No, dear. It's just you.
Oh, hey, Mike, I've been trying to find the donor authorization on a Jim Parker. So far, I've come up with nothing.
Franken did the surgery. Records have obviously been misfiled.
Well, see if you can find that authorization, will you?
No discoloration in the stitch marks. No adverse reactions. Won't be long before he'll be using his hands. All right, take out the tube and shut off the respirator, please. Okay, make a note of that, please. And also, I'm going to turn off the EEG. We'll monitor him again in the morning.
Something the matter?
Those amplitudes.
Yes, but I don't understand your reaction. I've seen patients like that before in a coma, and so have you. It's perfectly normal for a coma patient to react to outside stimuli.
Not when there's no higher brain function. Without higher brain activity, you can't have coma.
I understand.
Drop the pen. Drop it. Drop it again. Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Arno, come to bed. Arno?
We don't know why we haven't been able to get an answer from you. If some part of our son, Jim Parker, has been donated for a research or used in some other way, then we have a right to see what you have that gave you the authorization.
I'm sorry about the delay and any discomfort that it might have caused you and Mrs. Parker. The surgical consent form was misfiled. It took us quite a long while to find it.
I don't know what this form says, but I don't think it's going to cover what we're talking about.
You'll notice that it's signed by your son, Jim Parker. It's just standard procedure before going into surgery. It gives the hospital the right to keep and examine any organs that it thinks necessary for further study.
But it doesn't seem logical to me. This form must mean organs having to do with the surgery, such as the heart.
Perhaps you'd better explain to me, Mr. Parker, what organs you're concerned about.
Well, we've never been able to understand how our son could come in here for heart surgery and lose both his legs. His what? It doesn't make sense. We're an old-fashioned couple, Dr. Kerwin. We'd like to see all of Jim resting in the ground.
Nurse, what happened to the patient in this room?
I don't know. He must have been transferred out over the weekend.
Thank you. Jenny, I don't want to disturb Dr. Franken, but
Oh, he's not in. He went home.
I was concerned about his John Doe patient, but I haven't been able to find him.
Dr. Franken took over guardianship, had him transferred to his townhouse.
He what?
If you'd like his home telephone number, I'd be happy to.
Is he in?
Dr. Kerwin is in conference.
Give him a message, will you? Tell him if he wants to find out what happened to the rest of Jim Parker to meet me at Dr. Franken's townhouse. Hello, Anita. I'd like to talk to Arno if he's in.
Sure. He's in the lab. I'll show you how to get down there.
Well, this is unexpected.
I did surgery on an interesting case today. I was on my way home. Thought maybe I could discuss it with you.
Is that the only reason?
Well, I was just a little curious about your project. I didn't see him in his hospital room. Thought maybe he had stopped functioning.
Take a look.
My God. What's all that?
He's experiencing all kinds of internal pain. He's that responsive now.
Look at it from his point of view. Would you want to exist in that state? I know I wouldn't want to be lying on that table unless there was some chance in the world that I could...
Get up and walk out of here?
What the hell do you mean by that?
Nothing. You know that's impossible.
Arno, you've got a phone call.
All right, I'll take it upstairs. Check on the EEG tabs.
Make sure those responses are not because of bad connections. Yes?
Dr. Franken, I hate to alarm you like this.
Yes, what is it?
Well, there's a search going on here at the hospital, trying to find the parts of Jim Parker that were taken from him after you performed his surgery.
Yes?
Kerwin thinks that they might be found in your laboratory.
Kerwin's coming over.
You're going to show him the research?
I'll have to show him everything I've done and hope I can change his negative attitude. The transplants have been incredible.
But you're not going to show them 841.
Well, how else is he going to believe it? All right, see what you can do for him. Eric, what brings you here?
Arno, don't think this is pleasant for me, but I must speak with you.
All right, come on inside.
I'll put my concerns very simply, Arno. You performed open-heart surgery on a patient named Jim Parker, who died during the operation. Later, for some reason, you amputated both his legs. Is that correct?
I'm ready to give you a complete explanation.
I want Jim Parker's legs.
You want what?
And I've got good reason to believe you've got them here.
Yes. All right. It's Claire. Says it's important.
Yes? They found what? I don't believe this. Well, yes, do that. They found the rest of Parker in refrigeration, neatly labeled with a surgery ID and everything. They're going to call Parker's lawyers to make an arrangement. I'm sorry, it seems that the reasons for my visit over here are completely unjustified.
That's all right, Eric. Don't worry about it.
Forgive me, Arno.
All right. What happened to him?
You tell me.
You were in the room with him.
He hit me.
Arno, I think you'd better call the police.
I'm going after him.
Well, at least you know the legs work. Must give you a sense of accomplishment.
What does that mean?
He's out there walking around on Jim Parker's legs. I bet you exchanged Parker's legs for 841s. Isn't that right?
Must have taken an incredibly strong stimulus to shock him into consciousness. What was it?
I honestly don't know, Arno, but if you really think he's conscious, why don't you ask him? If you find him.
for an old soldier. Oh.
This way. It's cold down here. You cold? We only have one that answers your description. It's not in very good condition. Came in a few hours ago. If you need me, give a yell.
Where is he?
Well, if I knew, I'd be there.
How long do you think he can last?
Can't believe he's on his feet.
Maybe he's dead. Do you think he's dead?
I never thought he was alive. Franken.
I was so frightened.
All right, calm down, sweetheart.
That thing staggered in here. I thought he was going to kill me.
All right, tell me where he is now.
He's here. I think he's unconscious.
All right, I'll cancel my next surgery and I'll be right there.
What are you going to do to him?
Well, I can't let him just stop breathing.
Don't bring him back. It was horrible.
I don't think he meant to harm you. You said yourself he came to you for help.
He's dangerous.
I'm transferring him back to the hospital.
And what do you think will happen to your medical career?
A great deal.
Thank you for coming down, Dr. Foster. Dr. Blake looked at your schedule and saw that you were free at 1 o'clock. Could you scrub on another case?
All right, let me see the patient's folder, please. Who was originally scheduled to take the surgery?
Dr. Franken.
What happened to him?
He was called home on an emergency.
I won't be able to do this.
Bring me the chlorpromazine.
I'm leaving.
When he awakens, I may need something to calm him down.
What have we got to calm me down?
It's either in my medical bag in the living room or in the refrigerator.
You didn't hear me.
If you're in a hurry, I'll come up and get it.
Make a note in your diary for today.
What?
Anita left me. She couldn't face the walking dead man who terrified her. She couldn't cope with my obsessional attitude, which eliminated her. She didn't like my putting a brilliant career in jeopardy. Why is she so unreasonable? I wish I had the time to figure out what was wrong with Anita.
Anita! Anita! I'll get something to relax you. You shouldn't be on your feet. Here, sit down.
Tell me who I am.
I don't know who you are.
But you did this to me.
Yes, I did, but I didn't expect for it to turn out this way.
Tell me what's going on in my mind.
You're very confused.
There's a girl wearing red. She's running.
That's a memory.
You'll help me find her.
No. See, that's only a memory.
Mm. Mm.
Come on. Just lie down. Lie down. Lie down. Lie down. Gone.
You've got to stop him. Did you see what he did to me?
You threatened him. I don't think he's really interested in hurting anyone.
Oh, I disagree.
The main thing on his mind now is a memory.
What do you mean by that?
Keeps talking about a girl in red running. That mean anything to you?
No. Not a thing.
What'll it be?
Water.
Oh, hi, Miss Fisher.
Hi.
Sorry to hear about what happened to Arthur.
Thank you. Patsy and George been here yet?
No.
I must be early.
Glass of white wine?
Thank you.
What's the matter with you? Can't you see what you're doing?
Hey, buddy, you forgot your wallet.
Hey! Hey! Hey, you forgot your wallet. I'm sorry. I thought I knew you. Your eyes, Here. Here. What's the matter?
Very confused.
I get that. Who are you? Martin Elson? I don't know you.
Can I walk you home?
Can you walk me home? I just told you I don't know you.
Martin.
Well, I really wasn't even thinking of leaving. I'm meeting friends here. I have a drink waiting at the bar.
What's wrong?
Some memories. I don't think I feel very well.
I'll help.
No, no one can help. Look.
Martin.
Look, Martin, I'm really not in the mood to be with anyone. But if you were to walk me home, it would be just to my building. I mean, don't get me wrong. I have a police whistle and I have taken karate. And one false move and I'd just tear you limb from limb.
I understand.
Okay. Hey! How do you know I live in that direction? I don't think I want to go home right now.
What's the matter?
It's nothing. Just an old friend that I don't want to see. Hey, take it easy. It's nothing. It's just something I can't deal with right now. Come on. You're nice, Martin. I'd like to walk with you some more. Makes me feel better. If you want to walk home, I'll walk you there. I know where you live. I saw your ID in your wallet. I have almost a photographic memory.
You do?
Why did you say it that way?
I don't know.
Don't do that again. One more time. What is it about you? want to be alone, huh? Funny. Neither do I. Could we talk for a while? Don't be so shocked. I still have my whistle. Come on. You an interior decorator?
No.
Something I'd like to know.
Okay.
How come you haven't asked me my name?
Because I know you.
You mean in the romantic sense? Yes. I feel that way too. My name is Kelly Fisher and I'm a psychologist. But don't ask me to figure you out because you've got me completely baffled. And I've never done anything like this before. I think it's just about time you shaved. Don't you? What are you feeling about me? Tell me.
Love?
Oh, that's nice. But you don't really know me.
I've seen you before.
Tell me about it.
You were running.
Jogging? You mean jogging? You were jogging in the park?
Very near you.
Couldn't have been because I would have remembered you. I'm sorry. You just hit a very sensitive spot. Look. Let me clarify a few things. I want to be helpful. But I don't know that I can be very helpful. I'd like to talk to someone and find out what exactly happened to you. That should be my responsibility for you. As far as love goes, that's not possible for me right now. See, I've been through a rather bad experience. So I have to work through that experience before I can be emotionally available to anyone. So that's where I am right now. Just thought I should let you know. Are you all right?
I think you better turn off the lights.
It's very sweet.
happened to you, Mr. Elsa?
Someone tried to scramble my brains in Central Park.
You went there at night?
In the daytime. That's when I had my key stolen. Can I borrow your pass key?
Oh, sure.
Thank you. Who are you? What are you doing here? Hey, that's my jacket! That's my shirt! Those are my pants!
What was that all about? Who was that? Your roommate or what? Your lover? I'm sorry. It's just that you obviously had an argument. You don't want to talk about it now, right? Where are we going? That's what I like about you. Your directness. My place.
They must have left this behind.
All right, keep looking. There might be something else in there.
I have a report here that you filed on a missing John Doe patient. Remember?
Yes.
Now, another report has come in matching the same description.
You picked him up?
I didn't say that. Now, what can you tell me about his companion?
Companion?
It's a girl, 26, 5'5", 120 pounds, shoulder-length blonde hair.
I don't know.
But we also found a small vial with Medford Hospital on it. Did you prescribe this medication for your patient?
No, do you know what it is?
Well, we're going to have the lab check it out. We'll get back to you.
Martin? What's the matter? Is there anything I can do for you?
Nothing.
Is there some medication you need? I can get it for you. You know, there's a lot of things I don't know about you. Where did you get that scar on your chest?
I don't know.
You have a mental block about it?
I think so.
Tell me what you're thinking.
It's you.
Besides that, what else is going on?
I see you running.
We brought that up before. Why do you keep thinking about that? How many times did you see me?
It keeps coming into my mind.
Why? Is there some fantasy connected with me?
You're running beside me.
But I don't see you, do I?
You look right at me.
I don't remember the moment. See, it has to be part fantasy. You understand?
No.
Well, you're mixing the reality with things from your own mind. What else do you see? Concentrate. We'll try to separate the fantasy from the reality. Come on, tell me what you see.
Another man.
Do you know him?
You talk to him. The other man, you kiss him, then leave.
Mike Foster. That's who you must have seen.
What's wrong?
My boyfriend, Arthur Guernsey, died on the day you're talking about. That's when it happened. Mike, Arthur, and I, we were all jogging together.
You want me to stop?
Oh, no. I want to know what you saw.
The other man. He's running beside me.
There are 3 of you.
No. Just the other man.
I don't understand. You mean you watched Mike and Arthur running?
No. There's just the other man.
You're confused. You watched them running. You're trying to put yourself into Arthur's place. I don't like this.
We run. Run very fast. I run until I fall on the ground. I'm lying on the ground.
That's where it happened. That's when he died. Mike told me he had a heart attack and fell to the ground.
I'm inside the ambulance.
You what?
I'm there.
You couldn't have been. You know, they wouldn't have allowed you.
It's moving.
You rode in the ambulance?
I'm there.
Arthur was dead by the time he was in the ambulance. You must have watched them pull away. You're trying to project yourself into Arthur's place.
I'm inside the ambulance. I'm alive.
Please don't do this anymore. I don't want to hear it. What's the matter? Lie down. You're all right.
do at the staff conference.
Yes, I know. And I'm expecting an important phone message.
That's what I'm here for.
Dr. Franken's in a hurry.
Oh, he was late for the conference. Aren't you supposed to be there?
Blake's covering for me. I gave one of my patient's folders to Dr. Franken to look at. I need to refer to it.
Help yourself. Oh, excuse me.
What do you want?
I just thought if you were going to be here, I have to go to the little girl's room.
That's fine. I haven't finished. Yes.
Dr. Franken?
He's not in.
Would you tell him to call Lieutenant Pearson at the 44th Precinct?
I'm Dr. Franken's assistant. I could get a message to him right away.
But then tell him that I just got the lab report on the vial that we picked up. The pills are 5 milligrams of a diazepam preparation.
Diazepam?
Yeah, 98 of them. Unusual quantity. Someone at the hospital prescribed it either for Dr. Franken's John Doe or for the John Doe's companion.
His what?
Now, it should be possible to trace...
His John Doe's companion. I don't understand.
I already gave a description of it to Dr. Franken.
Perhaps you could give me a description. I might be able to help you, Detective Pearson.
She's about 26, 5'5", 120 pounds, shoulder-length blonde hair.
Yes.
Do you have any idea who she is or where we can find her?
Hello? Hello? Who is it?
Hey, what is this? You animal!
Harold, do something.
Who is it? What is it?
Where is he?
Mike, are you crazy?
You think I put Arthur away just so you could wind up with that?
You did what?
Get out of my way.
What does he have to do with Arthur?
Look at his eyes.
What are you talking about?
He has Arthur's eyes.
That's insane. He has information about Arthur. What you're saying is impossible.
He has Arthur's eyes.
Without it, you won't be able to breathe. Your heart will stop.
I don't want to see the things in my mind.
You must be very confused trying to integrate what you see with what you experience. Trying not to experience painful memories is not so abnormal.
Who am I?
Well, they brought you into the hospital as a John Doe. That means a man without any identity.
How can I find out?
Well, even if we did find your original identity, you probably wouldn't feel very connected to it because of the things that we've done to you.
I don't want to live.
That's your choice.
You made me. You can destroy me.
Now, that's something I can't do because of who I am. But maybe tomorrow we'll find a way to make you more comfortable. And maybe we'll find a way to make you feel that your life is very worth living. You see, you're a composite of many people. And I think that you have the feelings and the memories of all these people. Now, at this point, it's got to be very frustrating for you. But if we can find a way to integrate it all, then you will have an understanding that none of us possess. And I think for that possibility, it's worth living.